Behind me is a package sent to me by Duckbricks. For context, Duckbricks is a YouTuber who has a very large LEGO collection, and he also has a 3D print store. But before we unbox the mystery of this package, let's unbox the mystery of our sponsor, LEGO Swappers.
But I didn't sponsor you.
Then why do I have $100 from you?
What?
Inside the package were these two containers, each containing multiple masks and the other things that we'll see in the video. Here is an Evoke for scale. So, the only thing I actually requested from Duckbricks was a purple Eyestock. Well, Chris, being the most generous person he is, decided to give us 3 of them. Now, I'm showing you some of these and the quality of them, and I have to say, they're not the greatest. They're really good, but there's a lot of weird inconsistencies with the print and the way it is. Sorry if it's a little hard to see, but I'm just trying to show how the print on the back especially did not work great. Everything though from the front forward is immaculately printed. There is a slight nub inside the circle, which I'm showing right now. Obviously that can be clipped out and it's not the biggest deal, but the big problem was the axle hole. I didn't demonstrate in the video, but it doesn't work very well. You can't stick an axle through. Now that could just be my prints, but I was able to figure out if I put a cut flex tube, it worked just fine. So just something to be aware of. Now the front where it actually shows in the eyes, beautiful. So basically, if you ignore everything once it gets past the metro head, you're good. It looks great. And yeah, just enjoy the rest of the footage of the Eyestocks being shown off, just comparing the 3 of them. While I show this B-roll of the Eyestocks, I have one quick suggestion for Chris. Perhaps just doing the Fantoka style head would work better, since there's nothing in the back to worry about. Here we have the first mask. It is in FDM print, meaning filament, not resin, at least as far as I'm aware, and it is printed very well. Well, really, the only thing I noticed on it was there was a few scratches, which were mostly just from the other masks in the container, but again, you know, that's just very basic things. I don't think there's any problem with this mask. It's a beautiful mask, and I quite like it. So yeah, that's the Ruru. Here is the other FDM mask, and yeah, it's just as good as the other one. Nice and black, looks good. Tried it out, worked just fine. So all in all, good Huna print. Not much else to say on this one. Now, here we get into the problem children. I mean, the Eyestocks were kind of already the problem children, but the resin prints. Well, when I first picked up the brain stocks, I realized that, oh, they're sticky. That's not great. So, yeah, they weren't fully dried, or cured rather. Not great to hear, not good at all. But all in all, it worked out well. Now, the Mask of Intangibility is just as good as the other mask. The colors are a little not as great as I would love to, but again, that's not a big deal. The only problem with this one was the axle was printed a tad too big. According to Duckbricks, that's not really something that happens often, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Just something to be wary of. And I can, as you can see in the video, I'm demonstrating, or at least trying to demonstrate horribly. But yeah. And oh, and the bottom part is also not clipped very well. It's a little rough, but the rest looks good. Now, while the B-roll of the masks plays in the background, I'm just going to do a little bit of talking about the store and the experience and all that good stuff. So, a lot of people have similar complaints where there's small little quality things that really need to be checked up on. I love the masks. They were done well. For me, shipping time wasn't a big thing. It was a free thing he was giving me as a gift, so I don't have anything to talk about shipping. But I don't think, Chris has been talking about how he's been focusing more on shipping them out faster and kind of doing more quantity over quality, and he needs to dial that back a little bit. It's just, quite frankly, some of these things I've experienced are unacceptable. Well, yeah, they're not a big deal. They really shouldn't be happening. Sorry for blocking the camera a little bit. Anyways, yeah, not the greatest B-roll, but I'm working on it. What else was to say? Yes, these masks, they're gorgeous. But the quality control needs to be worked on for those things I didn't mention in the video and things that just I didn't get to experience or talk about. Now, Chris is definitely working on this. He's been putting multiple posts in his Discord community that, yeah, he is going to be doing a video addressing a lot of these changes and just working on the store. So, good job, Chris. Good job, Duckbricks. Keep up the good work. Finally, I can see!